Hi, I'm Mike, founder of GoodBed.com. Today we're going to be walking you through a new collection from Beautyrest called the Beautyrest Black Hybrid. Now, we think this is going to be a good fit for a lot of people who may be looking for a lot of the features that all Beautyrest Black mattresses have in common. Maybe most notably, that firm, sturdy support system that comes from their hallmark twisted cable coils. But also, like a lot of that slow melting memory feel right up on top of the mattress. We think you're going to be able to get more of that at a lower price point in this new Beautyrest Black Hybrid collection. So we're excited to show it to you. Stick around. So in total, you're going to find 4 models in this new Beautyrest Black Hybrid collection. Now, not all retailers may carry all 4 of them, but that is the full collection. They're going to start at $19.99 in a queen size and go up to $27.99 in a queen size. And each of the price points, there are 4 different price points, and they're each going to have a different feel. By the way, those prices are for mattress only, excluding the foundation. Now, we're going to start by talking a little bit about the features that all the Beautyrest Black Hybrids have in common, but I would preface this by saying that if you've not yet watched our video of the traditional side of the Beautyrest Black collection, I definitely recommend you do that, because we do go into a little bit greater detail there about some of the features that all Beautyrest Blacks have in common, many of which will be shared by this hybrid collection. The most notable among those features that are shared across all Beautyrest Blacks, I would say, are in the support layer of the mattress. And that's really where Beautyrest Black has had the most consistency over time too. They have really always used this what they call the twisted cable coil. They actually now call it the T3 coil. But essentially, if you can think of the way they take strands of wire together in making a cable for a suspension bridge, that's what they've done here. And then they just turn that twisted cable into a coil, and that does create a very solid, sturdy, firm, supportive coil, and basically that's what they've always used in Beautyrest Blacks. It's got a very time-tested track record, I would say. So those are used in both the traditional side of the line as well as in this hybrid line. So check out our other video for more detail on that. Now, in terms of where these start to differ from the traditional side, but also where they are all amongst Beautyrest Black Hybrids similar, is that for one thing, they adhere to Beautyrest's definition of what is a hybrid, which in their view is pocketed coils on the bottom and then a smooth top, no quilting, stretch cover, with a tape edge, so it doesn't have that waterfall construction where the cover just goes all the way over with no tape edge. They always have a tape edge on the Beautyrests. And then the memory foam is right up at the top of the mattress, so you can really feel it. So that's going to be common across all the Beautyrest Black Hybrids. And in fact, those specific characteristics I just listed will be common across all of anything that Beautyrest calls a hybrid, including in the Beautyrest hybrid line that we've also covered in a separate video. And I would also add that Beautyrest, in their nomenclature, has taken to using the letter X as the designation of a hybrid. So in the Beautyrest Hybrid collection, they call it BR, the models have the name BRX something, X being the symbology for hybrid. In the Beautyrest Black Hybrid, they give the names X class, and that's meant to kind of correspond to how the traditional side of the Beautyrest Black line uses nomenclature like L class, C class, and K class. So you'll see in the Beautyrest Black Hybrid, it's X class. Anything that's X class means it is a hybrid. So we've talked about some of the support features that all of these have in common, but the other thing that the Beautyrest Black Hybrids are all going to have in common is a lot of that slow melting memory feel. You can see here on the entry-level model that I'm on right now how it's slow to respond. It's got, all of these models have at least 2 inches, sometimes up to 4 inches of memory foam in them. And one thing I think is interesting is that the models that may be similar in price on the traditional side do have some memory foam, but not nearly this much. So essentially, for a similar price in the Beautyrest Black Hybrid collection, you can get a little bit more of that memory feel, if that's something that you like, than you would get on the traditional side of the Beautyrest Black line. And we have here a couple examples of some of the memory foams. There's actually 4 different types of memory foams used in the Beautyrest Black Hybrid line, but this would be an example of the gel memory foam that they use. You can see it's a much quicker responding memory foam than some, whereas this is the graphite infused memory foam that they call right temp. That's a much slower responding memory foam. And so the memory foams are going to have kind of different, inherently different feels, both in terms of their recovery times as well as their softness, and that's overall going to contribute a lot to the different feels that you'll find in this line. The other material foam-wise that you will see used in this line is latex. On the top two models, both of them use 1.5 inches of latex underneath the memory foam. So that's something relatively different from the traditional side. There is a little bit of latex on the traditional side too, but not that much. Now the last characteristic that we should cover that all these Beautyrest black hybrids have in common is some cooling features. You may recall, again, from our coverage of the full or traditional side of the Beautyrest black line, that they have a suite of features that they call Black Ice 4.0. Now, not all of those features are translatable to a hybrid mattress construction. Some of them are specific to quilting, essentially, like things that you can only do when you have a quilted mattress top. And so, because these mattresses are smooth top, stretch cover, they basically took all the features that they could incorporate from that Black Ice 4.0 suite, and they incorporated them into this Beautyrest black hybrid line, and they call it Black Ice Hybrid. So essentially that is the phase change material in the cover, which gives it that coolness to the touch, and then also that graphite infused memory foam that we showed you previously, that right temp memory foam. Graphite being a very strong conductor, so that helps the heat travel through the foam away from your body. Now some of the models also have other foams that have a cooling story to them, like gel memory foam or air cool memory foam, which is meant to have a little bit more airflow than a typical memory foam, but really the phase change in the cover and that graphite memory foam are the features that all of the Beautyrest black hybrids have in common as it relates to cooling. So now let's get into some of the features that are specific to each of these models. And we're going to start on the entry-level model that I'm on right now, which is the X-Class Medium. And actually, we would classify this one as a medium on our softness spectrum as well, which doesn't always happen. But we also look at a characteristic that we call cushioning depth, which is the difference between sleeping in the mattress versus sleeping on the mattress. And we would say, in this case, that you get a little bit more of that sleeping in or hugged or cradled sensation here, just slightly deeper than average cushioning on this medium model. We talked a little bit about the memory feel that all of these mattresses are going to have in common. You're certainly going to find a decent amount of that on this entry-level model. It's got 2+ inches of memory foam, I think 2.5, right up on top. And you're going to find still, though, that you can get a fair amount of deep bounce. So you won't get any surface bounce because all you're accessing is that memory foam, but you'll still, when you put your full weight down on the mattress, be able to access those coils, which will push back and give you some deep bounce. So now we've moved up to the second model in this collection, which they call the X-Class Plush. And we would actually classify this one as probably a medium soft on our softness spectrum, which means just to the softer side of medium. But within that classification, we'd probably put it towards the softer end of that medium soft class. In terms of cushioning depth, though, we would definitely say that this has deeper than average cushioning. So you're certainly going to get more of that hugged or cradled sensation on this model. Notwithstanding you'll also still get that deep bounce. This is the same height as the X-Class Medium, but it does have a little bit more of that just plushness in general. And you'll notice that too translates a little bit into your experience on the edge of the mattress here. As I'm sitting on the edge, you'll see a little bit more dip just on account of the softness of those top layers than you did when I was over here on the medium. And that's true just in general in this line. At the top end of the line, you'll see a lot less dip, for example, on the firm model than you will on the Ultra Plush. So now we've moved up to the third model in this collection, which is the X-Class Firm. And actually, we would classify this as a firm on our softness spectrum as well. We would also say it has shallower than average cushioning depth. However, what I would say is that unlike a lot of mattresses that we classify as firm and having shallower than average cushioning depth, I do think you can get enough conformance on this mattress that a side sleeper, at least one who's my weight or heavier, I think could still be comfortable on this mattress. This mattress adds a little bit of extra height. It also has that 1.5 inches of latex that we talked about underneath the memory foam. And of course, you're still going to get a lot of bounce, and you're still going to be able to see, notwithstanding the firmness, that slow responsiveness of that memory foam. So you're going to get those pressure relieving benefits from that. So now we've moved up to the top of the line in this new Beautyrest Black Hybrid collection, which they call the X-Class Ultra Plush. And we would definitely classify this as a soft on our softness spectrum. You're definitely going to get a lot of that surface softness, and you're also going to get quite a bit of cushioning depth. You're going to definitely have more of that sleeping in your mattress sensation, that hugged or cradled feel to it. In terms of the construction of this, you're going to have the most memory foam, or at least tied for the most, 4 inches of total memory foam in this, on top of 1.5 inches of latex. So that's what really gives it that plush feel. So we hope you found this to be a helpful overview of the new Beautyrest Black Hybrid collection. For more information about this line or on choosing the mattress that's right for you, go to GoodBed.com. In the meantime, thanks for watching, and we really hope you sleep well.